You know that feeling, right? You've got a brand new goal, you are absolutely fired up, and you think, okay, this time is going to be different. For the first few days, it even feels like it is. But then, well, then the fire just fizzles out.
And all of a sudden, hitting snooze feels way better than making progress. Binging that new show sounds a whole lot easier than discipline. And before you know it, you're right back at square one, feeling frustrated, maybe a little disappointed, and asking yourself this exact question. If any of that sounds familiar, well, you are definitely in the right place.
So in this explainer, we're going to tear down why this keeps happening and, more importantly, how to fix it for good. We're going to start by debunking the motivation myth. Then, we'll get into a game-changing identity-based shift. After that, we'll give you a practical toolkit, show you how to be your own coach instead of a critic, and finally, wrap it all up with the ultimate perspective that'll make it all stick.
All right, let's just dive right in. The number one reason we fail is that our whole strategy is built on a lie, a total trap. It's this idea that to get things done, we have to feel like doing them.
Let me tell you a quick story about two guys, Adam and John. Adam is a classic motivation seeker. He waits for that perfect mood to strike, he buys all the fancy new planners, he gets swept up in the hype, and he's on fire, for a little while. And then there's John. John is a discipline builder. He doesn't wait for a feeling, he just acts. No matter the mood, he just shows up day after day, quietly and relentlessly.
And if you look at their paths, you can see exactly how this plays out. In week 1, they look pretty much the same. But by week 2, Adam's motivation is already starting to flicker. He's telling himself, I'm just not feeling it today. John, on the other hand, he just keeps going. So you fast forward to month 3, and Adam is right back where he started, waiting for lightning to strike again, while John has made real solid progress.
And here's the key takeaway from that little story. Adam thought motivation was the engine. John knew it was just a spark. See, you can't build a future on a feeling. Motivation is that fair weather friend. Discipline is the engine that will power you through the rain, the fog, and all those days you just really don't feel like it.
Okay, so if we can't count on motivation, what do? What's the alternative? Well, this leads us to the single most important shift you can make. It's about moving from actions based on feelings to actions based on identity. So, what does that actually mean? It means you stop letting your temporary moods call the shots. Instead, your actions start to flow from a conscious decision you've made about the kind of person you are becoming. It's a huge shift from, I'll do it when I feel like it, to, I do this because this is who I am. And this is the question that makes it all real. The next time you feel yourself hesitating, the next time an excuse pops into your head, just stop and ask yourself this, not the tired you, not the distracted you. What would the disciplined version of you do right now? The answer is almost always incredibly simple. They just get up, they'd show up, and they'd get it done.
Okay, so that idea sounds good, right? But how do you actually put it into practice when you're tired and you just want to sit on the couch? Let's get into a super practical toolkit. These aren't just theories. These are real, simple tools to force action when your brain is begging for comfort.
First up, we've got the 5-second rule. It is so simple. The second you feel that resistance to start something, you hijack your own brain. You just count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And then you physically move. You stand up, you open the book, you put on your running shoes. It works because you're literally interrupting the excuse-making part of your brain and just acting.
Next, you got to rewire your brain's reward system. Our brains are wired to run from immediate pain and chase immediate pleasure. So you have to consciously flip the script. The next time you're tempted by the easy path, skipping the workout, scrolling endlessly, force yourself to feel the long-term pain of that choice, the regret, the stagnation. Then, connect the hard path with its incredible future rewards, pride, progress, strength. You have to make the pain of doing nothing feel worse than the discomfort of doing something. Look, discipline isn't about being a superhero and conquering a mountain in one go. It's just about taking that first step over and over again. So you need to make that first step ridiculously easy. Don't even think about writing the whole chapter. Just write one single paragraph. Forget the full workout, just do one push-up. The goal here isn't the big result. The goal is just to start. And this is exactly why those tiny wins are so incredibly powerful. See, we've got it completely backwards. We wait for motivation so we can take action. But the truth is, action creates motivation. The simple act of doing something, of building even a tiny bit of momentum, that's what generates the feeling of inspiration. It's a result, not a requirement. Now let's be totally honest. This whole process is not about being perfect. You are going to have days where you fall short. You're You're going to mess up. It's inevitable. And honestly, what you do in that exact moment is what really separates the people who eventually succeed from everyone else.
When you slip up, there are basically two voices that can start talking in your head. The first is your inner critic. It's brutal. It says things like, "See, you're a failure. You always do this. Just give up." And that's where most people get stuck. But then there's the inner coach. And that voice has a totally different message. It says, "Okay, you missed. Get back up. Let's go again. You've got this." The real question is, which voice you're going to listen to. This right here, this is the mantra of the inner coach. You have to internalize this. A real coach wouldn't scream at you. They'd analyze the mistake without all the drama. Okay, what happened? What can we adjust for next time? It's about collecting data, not creating a disaster. One skipped workout doesn't define you. One bad day doesn't erase all your progress. You acknowledge it, you learn from it, and you get right back in the fight.
So, we've talked about the mindset, we've talked about the tools, but to really make this stuff permanent, we've got to connect it to something way bigger. We need the ultimate perspective. I want you to just try something for a second. Imagine you're at the very end of your life looking back, and you ask yourself this one question. In that moment, do you think you're going to care about how tired you felt on some random Tuesday morning? No way. You're only going to care about one thing. Did I live a full life, or did I let my constant desire for comfort steal the future I was capable of building?
And that's really what all of this comes down to. This isn't about finding the perfect plan or some secret productivity hack. It's about building character. It's about developing grit, that tough, quiet, internal resolve that just says, "I'm going to do it anyway."
You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're just one decision away from becoming the person you know you can be. The power isn't in some distant future. It's not next Monday or next year. It's in the very next choice you have to make, right now.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question. The next time that feeling of resistance creeps in, the next time your brain starts making excuses for comfort, the next time you just plain don't feel like doing the thing you know you need to do,